Peggy 12.
Drop in. Here comes a new challenger, Heihachi Mishima!
PlayStation.
Here comes a new challenger, Toru Inoue!
Sure, so PlayStation All-Stars is, it's a 4-player 2D style brawler featuring characters from the vast PlayStation history. Some cool characters all coming together for the first time in this experience to have some fun. So the announcements that we've made this week are the addition of 2 new characters, I think, which is the big thing that everyone's really excited for. Heihachi from the Tekken series, and Toru, who's sort of this Japanese PlayStation mascot. Then we've got a new level announced, Parappa's Dojo, which is actually a combination of Master Onion's Dojo from the original Parappa the Rapper, masked up with the Killzone Mauler as sort of the giant running wild in the background. A character from Tekken made a lot of sense to us, and Heihachi in particular, we think as the patriarch of the Mishima family made a lot of sense for inclusion. So working with Namco Bandai on this has been really great. We actually have the original Heihachi Mishima voice actor who appears who does the voiceover for the Tekken series, appearing in our game as well. They worked really well with us to actually write the script so that the things that he says are very true to the character. And like in Tekken, Heihachi only speaks in Japanese. So he'll speak Japanese in any version of the game that you have, and we'll have to subtitle him so that people understand what the heck's going on. But we wanted to stay true to the character, so we thought it was cool. In PlayStation All-Stars, in our timed mode, basically we determine the winner by a ratio comparison of kills versus deaths. Each kill is worth 2 points, and each death is worth -1 points. I think our approach is we're just going to try to make a fun game. Obviously, 4 players lends itself really well to a casual party space, but then you can sort of customize the experience to what interests you. If you want to take it down to have a 1v1 experience, if you want to change the game rules a little bit to try to make it a little more quantifiable, we have those options, and those are available for you to use as well. So we kind of leave it out there for the players, and we're just going to try to make something cool and let them decide how they want to think about it. So all of the supers are built in our game around killing and scoring points, because that is the primary mechanic in our game, and that's the only way you can win. So we have built in different functionality into the supers so that they all don't work in the same way. A good example of that is the difference between some level 3 supers. So level 3 supers like Toros and Heihachis, which are more cinematic, and once you fire them off, you're going to get those 3 kills, and that's it. Work in one way and encourage one particular style of play. But then we also have supers like Kratos' level 3 super, where he transforms into his Ares form, and he has the Blade of Olympus, and he's running around, and it's sort of open-ended in terms of how many kills you can get. It encourages a very different style of play and a different strategy. And so while all supers kill, the way they go about killing and scoring points is a little bit different. Well, we wanted to add a layer of strategy there. This is something that I don't know if a lot of players are picking up on now, but typically the person who killed you last is the person that you're going to want to target to kill next, because you're working against the increase in score that he just achieved by virtue of killing you. So there is a strategy layer there that we think players will pick up on after a while, and they'll realize who are the more valuable targets when they have a super and when they go to kill. So I know balance is a big concern with players of fighting games in particular. Something really interesting that we have in PlayStation All-Stars is the ability, we call it a telemetry system. Basically, while you're playing the game in multiplayer, we're constantly collecting data based on the matches that you're playing. So what moves you're using, how successful those moves are, how much energy you get, how many supers you perform, how many kills you get with the super. This is all information that we gather from the game, and it's reported back to us at Superbot. And so we use that as a tool in terms of balancing. It lets us know if a character is too strong or too weak, or if there's a particular strategy that maybe is creating an unfun experience that we want to go in there and do something about. And so we can actually then take that information and address it by rebalancing, if you will, some of the elements of the game and changing functionality on a move or on a system-wide level. While the community is always vocal about when there's a problem with a game, when they feel like, oh, this move is too strong, or maybe this character is too weak, what telemetry is going to allow us to do is really look at the data in real time as players are playing and make a real determination. While there might be on a perception level, for instance, that, oh, this character is really, really strong, we can actually look at the data and determine whether or not that character is really strong overall, or if there's just a particular thing that character does, maybe to another specific character, where in this particular matchup, this character is very strong, whereas overall, this character may not be that strong at all. So I really love the opportunity that Evolution has provided for PlayStation All-Stars, because this is the first time where we've had the fans actually be able to come up and play the game. We were at E3 a few weeks ago, but that's more of an insider event, more of an industry event. This is just the fans who are interested in this game from the hardcore fighting game community who have the chance to come up and play the game and really get their hands on it. I think there's a lot of perceptions that you might develop about this game based on what you read or what you see that really change when you finally get a chance to grab the controller and play it. And so the best takeaway for me about Evolution is that finally the fans can play this game and make a determination about what this game is for themselves. PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale will be out on PlayStation 3 and PS Vita on October 23rd of this year. If you like character announcements and things like that, you might want to stay tuned to what we're doing next week at the San Diego Comic-Con, where we'll have some surprises I think that the fans will really like. So my name is Omar Kendall, and I'm the game director on PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. And what we're looking at here is, well, we had 2 new character announces this week. We had Heihachi and Toro, and we also unveiled a new level, which is Parappa. Well, it's a Parappa-inspired level. It's actually Master Onion's Dojo from the original Parappa the Rapper video game. So talking about our 2 new characters really quick. Heihachi from Tekken, obviously. The patriarch of the Mishima family, a very strong, close-ranged, melee-based fighter. Does really good at locking single character down and doing sort of long combos. He's not as well suited to the air, so you'll see him try to jump around, but he does most of his damage primarily staying on the ground, hitting dudes with long combos. He's got some really good supers. His level 1 is a very close sort of melee, unblockable, very reminiscent of the Tekken series. And his level 2 super, he'll bring out Kuma the bear. Kuma, as you know, is, or as you may know, is his bodyguard from the Tekken series. I don't think Heihachi could have a bodyguard with any less strength than a bear. And wow, actually, there's a great example of Heihachi's level 2 getting a whole bunch of kills. His level 3, which I don't know if we'll have time to see in this match, but we'll see, is, as you guys might know, the Mishima family is famously hard to kill. And so frequently in Heihachi's endings in the Tekken series, he will use various techniques to try to dispatch of his family. He'll throw them out of helicopters. He'll throw them into volcanoes. In Tekken 5, he actually strapped 3 of his family members to a giant rocket ship and launched them off into space. And so as a tribute to that, we replicated that in PlayStation All-Star. So for his level 3 super, he actually attaches his opponents to a rocket ship and blasts them all into space. Then we also announced Toro, the famous cat mascot, primarily known in Japan, where he is essentially the closest thing the PlayStation's ever had to an official mascot. Toro will actually don the guise of various sort of fighting game archetypes. There you see his level 3 super. I think if you know anything about fighting games, you may have seen a super like that before. He actually has 3 stances. Each stance is reminiscent of a particular fighting game archetype. The one he just switched into, we call the Torobi stance. It's our ninja archetype. So a lot of ninjas in different fighting games, you'll see him have various ninja-like abilities that he sort of borrows from sort of very famous ninja-like characters. There you see him switching into his, what we call his Oni, his demon stance. There he switched back into ninja. And then he's got one more sort of stance, which is what we call the justice stance. If you know that really straight-laced, stoic, karate-type archetype from fighting games, he has one of those as well. For his level 1 super, you just saw it there. Kuro, his best friend, comes out to help him along. I think these guys are about to go into overtime. That's very exciting. For Toro's level 2 super, he wishes on a star. So one of Toro's greatest dreams in life is to be a human. And so you'll see him wish on a star and actually bring that star down into the play space, and it splashes down and explodes around and takes everybody out. And you guys already got a sneak peek at his level 3 super where he kind of rages on dudes and kind of goes crazy. Too violent to be shown, so we black the screen out and you just get to see the hit effects. So yeah, there we saw Chop Chop Master Onion successfully dealt with the Mauler from Killzone, that giant battle fortress. Only the giant Chop Chop could defeat him. If you guys remember back to the original Parappa the Rapper, if you were rapping cool, Chop Chop would knock the dojo down and sort of grow giant size and sit back there contently with the rising sun, very reminiscent to the way that he's doing right now. And we thought it would be cool to try to recreate that experience in kind of an original way, and that's what you have there. There goes Kuma on a tear again. And let's see if someone managed to make it out of overtime as the winner. Yeah, it looks like they did. Let's see who won that. It looks like Heihachi took that one, so there you go. So yeah, that's the latest build that we have here at Evolution, showing off our 2 new characters and of course our new level. If you guys are here checking it out, let me know what you think. We're also going to be at San Diego Comic-Con next week showing off some new characters, so if you're down there and you managed to check out the build, please come by and do so and come say hi. So PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale will be out on PS3 and PS Vita October 23rd, 2012.
Yes.